Welcome back to another episode of Lawyer Up and to the Right. Today, Cesar, we're going to be talking about somewhat of a hot topic, and that's link building for lawyers. Now, link building is a bit of a hot topic for a couple reasons. One, historically, links are something that have gotten websites penalized before in the past. So if you've heard about getting websites slapped or Google kind of removing you from the index, it's usually because of bad link building. And two, because most agencies don't do link building for lawyer clients. They tell you that they do, but they don't really do it. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about what is a link, what's a good link, what should you be focused on, and how can you acquire links for your law firm so that you can improve your rankings in Google. Let's get into it. So let's start by talking about what is a link and why is it so important. So first, we need to understand how Google works at its core. So Google, if you picture it like a spider, it's literally like a spider bot, and it crawls from website to website through links. So like an actual HTML link on one website, it's how Googlebot discovers other websites. So in essence, if Huffington Post, Forbes, Miami New Times is all writing articles and then including a link back to your website, Google's crawling from those websites to your website and then associating you with those websites. So if it's on a big, powerful, authoritative website, Google's going to associate you with those websites. So Google essentially looks at links almost like votes in a popularity contest. The more votes that you're getting from relevant authority websites, the higher that you're going to rank. That's links in a nutshell. Now, not all links are created equal. And I have a really good example of a great link here. This is from Huffington Post, picking the best divorce lawyer for you. This is an article, and you can see this link here linking to the law office of Tiffany Hughes. This link right here is going to drive a lot of value for this website. Now, the thing with link building is that you have to do it continuously. You have to keep it fresh and recent, because one link on Huffington Post from 2019, it might give you a little spike in rankings at that time, but it's going to decay over time because, again, you need to keep things fresh and relevant and continuously get links. Now, this is an ideal link. We call this a contextual link. A contextual link means it comes within the context or the body of an article. So if somebody writes a feature about you, or if somebody cites your website or quotes you and then links to your website, that's going to be the best type of links. And we have a tiered scoring system that I'll get into in a second, but there's other types of links too. There's like blog comments, right? So if you scroll down to the bottom of blog articles here, an article like this, there's a section for comments. You can add a manual link there. Google doesn't really count those. Links on social media, Google doesn't count those. Links on irrelevant or unauthoritative websites, right? So Huffington Post is a big authority website that's powerful, holds a lot of clout. This type of link is going to drive a lot more value than 1,000 links on low quality, irrelevant websites that live in the back of the internet. So the key with link building here, and this is why it's so important too, is making sure that your link building practice is getting you on relevant, authoritative websites. So websites about law, websites about your local area, or just general big press websites like Huffington Post, Forbes, like that. Those are links that are going to have value, because historically, when we talk about websites that get penalized by Google or put yourself into a bad situation with Google, it generally comes from spammy link building tactics. That's buying links or just getting on, again, bad, irrelevant websites that are clearly just made for brokering links. And Google can really easily understand that. And what I want to do now is I want to run you through our agency's exact process, because that's to give you an example, just some context of why link building is so important, because maybe you've heard about it, maybe you haven't heard about it. A lot of agencies say they do it, but they don't do it. I want to walk you through our agency's internal standard operating procedure for link building, because the way that we do link building and the way that you should do link building is all outreach based. So if you think about when you hire a PR company, essentially what a PR company is doing is they're going to sit with you, they're going to ask you about your law firm, they're going to try and extract stories or pieces of interest about your business that they can go and pitch for media coverage. Now, we don't necessarily do full PR, because the goal of PR is coverage, it's not links. If you've ever hired a PR company, yeah, they might get you featured on Miami New Times, but if there's no link back to your website, then it has no SEO value. So we kind of take a hybrid approach where we take a very similar approach where we build a list of websites that are relevant, authoritative, and we've actually got a big database of them, because all we do is work with law firms. So we've got thousands of these websites that we've worked with over the past 10 years that we collect. We have their contact info, and we're able to broker these kind of links very quickly because we're constantly building this database, but we're sending them a different pitch. That pitch could be, hey, we've got a quote for you. We've got an expert authority on the legal space if you ever need something, or we'll just take a featured article and push it and send it to them, trying to get them to publish it. And sometimes we just grease the wheels with a little bit of money or a sponsored post, things like that, just to get featured on the website. So this is our internal process, right? What I want to focus on a few things here. I want to focus on the tiered links, because this to me is really, really important, because again, if you try and hire an agency or they say that they're doing link building, not all links are created equal. So if your agency is doing link building for you, you need to make sure that they're reporting on those links to you. You want to check those links to make sure that they're on relevant, authoritative websites, because like I said, not all links are created equal and not all links are going to move the needle. So we have links tiered into 3 different tiers: tier 3, tier 2, tier 1. So tier 3 are what we call manual links. So this is going to be directories and business profiles. So think like Super Lawyers, Avo, Fine Law, Justia. We build all those manually for our clients. These links in a silo, in a nutshell, are not going to move the needle, but they do what's called foundational link building. These are websites that you should be on because this is what customers are using to find your business. And those links just show Google that you're a real active business that's trying to market yourself and, provide value to the market. So we handle all this for our clients. We have a big list of these links. This is actually a template that we have, but we have a big list of these links in here, and we have them segmented based on the different tiers, the different directories, all these different ones that we found over the years that we'll then build manually for our clients. It's one of the first things that we do with our clients. We get clients info, we collect all that we need, headshots, about the business, practice areas, awards, things like that. And we'll go ahead and create these profiles or optimize these profiles for clients. We usually do about 50 of these, right? So that's tier 3 links. Tier 2 links are going to be contextual links. So contextual links, again, are what I talked about on Huffington Post, where it's a dedicated article and the link is coming within the body text. That's what Google's looking for. It wants body text links. So some tactics that we use are guest posts or sponsored posts where we'll write content or submit sponsored content. Sometimes we'll do link exchanges where, again, we broker these relationships in advance, and then we're doing different exchanges on the different websites that we work with. Event sponsorships are another big one. For the most part, though, we're doing guest posts, sponsored posts, or submitting a quote, right, on behalf of a lawyer. And again, we've got a really, really big list here that we've, worked with before in the past. All these different websites that we worked with before in the past, they were able to call upon very quickly, very easily, because all we do is work with lawyers. And all we're doing is continuously building this database and then calling on this database as needed when we need to get links for our clients. And then tier 1, these are gonna be like your PR press links. So Forbes, local press, Huffington Post, things like that. And what we wanna see out of a good link building profile is a good mix. So generally speaking, over, let's say, a 12-month campaign that we do for our client, it's gonna be about 30% manual links. I would say about 60%, I'm bad with math, contextual links, and then 10% high profile links. Now these high profile links, they're actually not as hard to get as you would think. They're just expensive. You can send a pitch to Forbes on your own, and what they're gonna say is, yeah, it's $2,000. You find an author, you contact them. For example, we come up here and we see Tiffany Beverlin here as a contributor to Huffington Post. We can find her contact info very easily by just clicking on her. And then we can send her an email and ask her if she has any interest in covering any one of our clients. Now, of course, she hasn't published here since 2018, so we'd want to find something a little bit more relevant, but there's all these different resources that we can use to find this person's contact info and then, send them a pitch to see if we can get our clients featured on their behalf. So we're doing all this on behalf of our clients, but there's 2 kind of hard costs that come with link building, which is why it can get very expensive. One is going to be straight up just, I call it the greasing of the wheel. So I can send Tiffany a pitch and I guarantee you she's going to be like, okay, but I charge, $2,500 for like the article and coverage and blah, 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 right? So there's that hard cost, which at that price point, we do expense back to our clients. We'll basically build a list of this and say, hey, like, these are what we recommend. If it's in the budget, let's go for it. We can get you on in the next week. And then 2 is going to be like the content creation or writing cost. So if we're writing a profile on you, or if we're doing an article, about divorce statistics and then linking back within that to your website, that has a hard cost too. So link building can get pretty expensive. So essentially what we do for our clients is in the first month, we have our link building consultants sit down and go through our database and say, okay, during the sales process, we identified that a couple of your competitors have 500 really good links, you have 300. So over the next year, we want to try and close that gap. And again, not all links are created equal. So just because there's a 200 link difference doesn't mean we need 200 links. It means maybe we need 50 links, maybe we need 100, maybe we need 25 if we're getting really good links. But we'll go to our database and we'll call on 50 to 100 opportunities that we have with the prices associated with it. And then internally we look at that and say, okay, we can eat 70% of this out of the retainer that our clients are paying us, the other 30% on these high profile websites. Let's go back to them and let's see if over the next 6 months we can get an additional budget for $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to apply to these links. So that's our tiered system. Again, we kind of come up with based on the scoping process during sales, how many links we might need. We go to our database, we pull them out. But then what we're also doing is we're constantly prospecting into this database. And this is our internal SOP that we use to train our team to continuously find and prospect and evaluate links by just researching the web. And essentially what we do is we take a keyword like this, let's say Miami DUI attorney, right? Go to Google, we search for it. Then what we'll do is we'll just take the top one here, right? We'll pop this open, and then we'll use different software like this tool Ahrefs, and we'll come in here, we'll put this URL into the tool here, and we're able to see all the exact links that they built. So again, we're doing this during the sales process to understand, hey, your competitors have like this page in itself. This page alone has 21 referring domains, right? But if we're looking also at the root domain, we can look here and we can say, okay, this website has 12 domains. So this is part of the competitive research process that we do during the sales process to scope out how many links might be needed to do it. But we can literally spy on the exact links that this website has very easily by just looking at the best links only, right? Show the results. And now we can see this page, the best links that it has, and we can essentially reverse engineer how they got them, or we can, try and contact this website on our own. So we have literally 3 full-time people who are just doing this over and over and over again. They're going through different markets. And then, again, they're looking to see, can I find a contact information from this website? What type of link is it? Is there an opportunity to replicate it, submit content, submit quote, pay for inclusion? If there's an opportunity, add it to the database, find the contact information, and then send them a pitch and say, hey, my name is Ryan Stewart. I'm reaching out on behalf of my client. I'm wondering, are you accepting more creators? Are you accepting sponsors? Are you looking for legal quotes? I'd love to throw my client's hat in the ring, right? So we're sending these pitches to essentially build this database that we can then call upon in the future as needed to build links for future clients or for custom link building campaigns that we'll do for our clients. And then once we have that database constantly prospecting in the background, then essentially what we're doing is when we have a client, we review the specific needs, right? And this is all done during the sales process. We're doing all the scoping, all the budgeting during the sales process. So that way we're walking into the campaign, the client knows exactly what they're getting into. We build a list of the opportunities. We do tier 3 link building, review the database for tier 1 and tier 2. And then we start the outreach process to get our clients featured on these. And if we need content, then we have an entire process that we use to write content. If we need to pay for it, then we have a entire process for that. And then we track and report everything. And this is really important. I want to show you one more link here. So web risk outreach. So this is where we track everything. Every single link that we built over the past, probably 6 years is included inside of this spreadsheet right here. And our clients have access to this because we pull all the links that we build for them and then we report on it on a monthly basis. So our clients see exactly what links that they're getting and they can look at them and verify and validate that these are good websites. And we really don't put our clients in any sort of position where we're going to put them on any sort of bad links. So you can see here, 2,300 links that we built for clients over the past couple of years. Total cost here, almost $460,000. So when you wonder why we charge for what we charge, this is part of the reason why, because there's hard costs that go into SEO and link building and all this different stuff in order to get results that we actually eat on behalf of our clients. We don't make our clients pay for most of these links unless it's like a Forbes link, right? So then we've just got a really, really tight process to manage, to track, and just make sure that everything is going live accordingly. And our clients have access to all this information in real time that they can see and validate and verify. Because I understand that most agencies out there are just, what are they? They're spitting in your face and telling you it's raining, something like that. We go out of our way to be transparent, to be open, and to include our clients in this process. And I think a lot of agencies don't include you in the process because 1, they don't want to take money out of their pocket to do it. And 2, they don't think that you're capable of understanding what they're doing. And I push back on that vehemently. Like, SEO is not that complicated anymore. This is not complicated. What I just broke down to you, yeah, there's a lot of steps in here. It's just a lot of work. It's not complicated, right? We're literally just finding websites and sending them emails and just understanding how much it costs and the value of it, blah, 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 the economics of it. We do that on our sleep, right? So we want to include our clients in it because I want to be a partner. I don't want to just be an outsourced agency that you're kicking to do this one thing. I want you to see what we're doing because it also takes the pressure off my team and us. So you understand everything. You understand where your money's going. And to me, that's really important as a business owner myself, that I understand exactly where my capital is going and what I'm getting from it. So if you need help with your search marketing or your link building, or you want me to do an audit to see what your agency is doing, hit the link below, book a time with me, we'll talk. I will go into these tools. I will tell you exactly what's going on with your website, the exact links that you're getting and the value of those links. And if you want to have a conversation about how we can help, I'm happy to do that as well. If not, like, subscribe, drop me a comment below on any other videos that you want to see in the future, and I'll see you in the next video. Hey, Ryan here. Hope you liked that video. If you want more, check out these 2 videos right here on the screen.